Hey guys, how are we doing? Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another video. So I've got loads to talk about in this video actually. I'm not going to talk about sentiment too much because I've been going on and on about that on over there on X. But let's talk about XRP. I'm going to spend this whole video pretty much talking about XRP. I'm going to relate it to Bitcoin and other things like the DXY as well, just to give you some perspective. We've got some news, as you can see by the title of the video, but also we're just going to start with some technicals, and we'll go to the hourly XRP chart first. I do think there's a chance that we are creating a descending broadening wedge here with a bullish divergence where basically RSI is holding strength while price action is coming down, indicating to me that momentum is basically saying, I don't think we're going down, but price is coming down. So there's like a divergence there. Oftentimes when things like this happen, you can see a reversal. And guys, if I've actually nailed this chart, let me just take it to 4 hours, what I keep sharing on Twitter. If I've nailed this, I wrote this, I drew this line in on the 7th of Feb. We discussed it, I thought we'd take liquidity to above and then below, but we haven't had this retest. But then we did take the liquidity exactly where I thought we'd take it to, then come down to the mid-range and then send. And we've pretty much done exactly the path, obviously a bit extended, but it's looking good, at least for now. We need to obviously confirm a new higher high, probably for this to be more confirmed, and then we've got to get past the $3 mark, etc., before potentially heading on higher. Nothing's confirmed yet, but it's looking exciting. And going back to the broadening descending wedge, I'll take us to that. The reversal pattern should take us at least like 275-ish, because it should take you to where the pattern was created at the very minimum. So watching for that too. But now going to Velo, which is like what we use for essentially leverage positions and how much over leverage there is in the markets. I'm going to compare us to this area here. You see when we were back at I don't know when it was, we're at 46 cent here. What happened in this period was essentially leverage is at its lowest point. We came down into back test of the 42, 43 cent region, and we had a decent spot volume come in at this area whilst we had a flush out of leverage. Well, then we chopped around for a bit, came down, didn't set a lower low, and then absolutely sent it up to $2.70. Well, what's happened recently is we've had that flush out of leverage. Funding's turned negative as well. That's another thing that happened down here. Look, funding turned negative. You can just see, I don't know if you can see my mouse is here, just highlighting this area. Funding turned negative, meaning that more shorts came into the market than longs, or there were more shorts than longs in the market at that point. It's exactly the same has happened here. We had the flush out. Leverage has been flushed out. Funding turned negative. Big spot buying on the flush. And are we going to now create a higher low and then send it? That's basically what I wanted to highlight, because the structure in a way looks pretty similar to that. We could have some more working out to do before we continue higher, but that's essentially what I'm looking at there. So I said that Donald Trump has written about XRP. Over on Truth Social, which is another social media account, Donald Trump actually posted 2 articles back to back about XRP. He said, and it's from Cointelegraph, and the headline is Donald Trump effect bumps Ripple Labs US deals and XRP gains, and he retweeted that. And then he retweeted a second article by The Block as well. Ripple CEO says 75% of open roles are now US based because of the Trump effect. Brad Garlinghouse retweeted this post, and obviously Donald Trump posted it on his Truth Social. I personally believe, and have for a while, that something's been coming for XRP, and I still think it is. If you're Trump, it just makes so much sense to be backing an American-based company. He's talked a lot about being proactive in crypto. They're creating jobs in the US. They have a good infrastructure. Ripple have a great infrastructure for payments. That he wanted to stay in the US even after they got singled out by the SEC. It showed resilience, like Trump loves resilience. Everything is pointing towards, why would you not want to work with Ripple if you're Trump? He likes crypto. He wants onshoring of jobs. He wants innovation, and he likes resilience. It seems like a match made in heaven for XRP. It seems very obvious to me, and he's being vocal about it as well. I think I'd be surprised if we don't see something. I'm not saying that it's going to be the foundation of the American financial system. Although it could be. Genuinely, the more time goes on, the more I think, okay, it's possible, but it's not my base case. But my base case is there will be some involvement in some way, whether it's a reserve or used for a specific corridor of transactions or specific real world assets, or Brad Gardenhouse is on the advisory board, or a mixture of some of these things. So obviously, I don't know, but they're just my thoughts, personal speculation. Going on to like the wider picture, people are losing their shit right now. Bitcoin is pretty much just ranging. We've talked about this, and I showed liquidity yesterday. In fact, I'll show it again now, just to show you what I've been looking at. If my computer will work, which doesn't look like it wants to. But hopefully, yeah, it's loading now. Sometimes it does that for some reason. This is actually Cardano. Let's just get it onto Bitcoin. What we can see is yesterday we actually see when this loads, if it's going to load. Here we go. We flushed out. Let's just get rid of that below. We flushed out this liquidity, and now more obviously positions, long positions have been open below. But we also have liquidity above us at about 100,000. But then we zoom out a little bit more, we still have this liquidity here, and I've been flagging this for a while. The 84 is what I said would be the lowest, that I thought, to 88k region. There's still liquidity there that definitely is on the cards to be taken for Bitcoin, and this could affect the market negatively, obviously, if the rest of the market follows suit. And then on the 4-hourly, there is so much liquidity above us. That's where all the liquidity is, basically, way more than there is at 88k. So it's inevitable to me that we will at some point go up to like $129,000 for Bitcoin, 130,000. It's not guaranteed, but 80% of the time, price moves into areas of deep liquidity. So you've got an 80% chance, in my opinion, of going to $130,000 Bitcoin. So the top's not in for me. And that's basically where I stand. XRP Bitcoin, XRP ETH, XRP dominance, all still sitting at key resistance. They've, like XRP dominance, had a bit of a pullback on the hourly. Let's take us to the 3-day. I like the 3-day mostly. Gives us a good perspective. We obviously hit the resistance, came back, found this liquidity, and bounced back up. And now we're just basically sitting just below this resistance level, still trying to find that sign of strength to take us out of this zone and complete this Wyckoff accumulation essentially, and send us towards maybe all-time highs. That'd be fantastic. Similar story with XRP Bitcoin, although we've broken this key resistance level. I think we're waiting for that explosion, or if we turn it upside down, which I've just done now, so inverted the chart. Waiting for these puke candles that seem to come when you break these key resistance levels. Big puke there, big puke there, big puke there. We've had a little bit of a push down. We're sitting at resistance. I think the next step is a big puke. Been saying that for a long time. Whether we get that or not, and when we get that, I don't know, but that is what I am expecting. That's what's happened historically. If we get the break of this resistance level, I expect a fast move, similar to how we got the fast move from the bottom, but probably more aggressive, and that seems to happen as you get further into a move. And similar with XRP ETH, as I say, one of the best looking charts in the crypto space right now. XRP could set all-time highs against ETH this cycle, in my opinion, based on what's happening so far. It's outperformed ETH pretty massively since July 2024. We actually have outperformed ETH by 500% since then, and I think it probably continues, and we set a new all-time high against ETH this cycle. So I don't really have too much more to say than that, guys. Like, oh, the DXY was something I wanted to cover. The DXY, in my opinion, is probably topping. It looks pretty heavy. We've had this this contracting wedge pattern that essentially is broken down. We've hit the 702 Fibonacci retracement. I felt like we were overextended. If we look on the monthly, there's like a hammer look, or Dragonfly Doji. This shows like almost indecision, and then now this month, after hitting the retracement level, it looks like we are coming down. And if we get the stochastic RSI on as well, it looks heavy. Here we go. Stochastic RSI, look, it's in the oversold area, slowing down momentum wise. Could we get that bearish cross? Last time we had a bearish cross on the stochastic, look, was right there, literally at the highs here, and then we saw a few months of puking. I think Donald Trump wants to weaken the dollar, but I think he's using it at the minute for trade negotiations. a weaker dollar has inverse correlation with crypto. It's not directly correlated, but it does set the foundation for crypto to be able to run. I've also been looking for gold to slow down a little bit. Hasn't quite done that yet. It is possible for crypto and gold to run well together, but they're both used as hedges against cash slash areas to outperform currency. So if money's flowing into gold, less of that capital can obviously rotate into crypto. Perfect environment is we see like chops in rates and increase of liquidity, which I think comes imminently because both like countries around the world all need to do something for their economy, but they're all kind of posturing with each other whilst Trump's just got into office waiting for someone to make the move. And then I think the floodgates will open for liquidity, and that's when I think crypto goes absolutely parabolic and probably outperforms gold massively. But until then, it's kind of like uncertainty and people move their capital into gold probably. So yeah, that's essentially what I think comes next. Hold on to your hats. XRP probably outperforms most of the major caps. That's my thought process, as you guys know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys think. I also do think that gold goes like much higher in the next few years, but just like in the short term, crypto probably outperforms when we get that liquidity influx. So hope you enjoyed, guys. Please do share with a friend, subscribe if you do, and yeah, hit a like as well. It helps me out. It's free to do. Peace up. A-Town down, as Crypto Insight UK would say.